Hey guys, it's that Dividend guy coming at you with another Robinhood portfolio update. Happy Tuesday. Hopefully everybody's having a GGD, a great green day in the market. You know, I always wish the best for my viewers and subscribers. So today we're going to go over the overall portfolio value. Of course, go over the metrics on how it's been performing, the buying power and what I plan on doing with that, as well as the individual holdings within the portfolio and how they are performing. I'll go over some prices on what price I would want to buy each stock at, and kind of explain where I see them going in the next year, and if I plan on buying more or not, as well as our watch list, of course our dividends and our growth spot in the portfolio. We have two more options there and one more dividend payer in the dividend slot. So with that being said, guys, let's look at the overall portfolio. So for today, we are up around $240, about 0.5%. Of course, it's nice to see that, it's climbing, but for me, the overall value of the portfolio isn't as big of a deal as the passive income that it generates. But just like, other companies like T. Rowe Price, Vanguard does this, as well as BlackRock. Essentially, I'm doing the same thing. The more assets I have, the more I'm going to accumulate when it comes to passive income. So the bigger this number, the bigger my dividend income should be. So I do want this to grow, but I also prefer it to drop because I get better deals on the stocks in my portfolio when I have red days. So today we're up about 0.5%. That 1 week mark, we are down a little over $1,000 with a 2% loss in the past week. So of course this might wig some people out. It might freak them out at 50, to lose $2,000 in a week, but like 1,000, almost $1,100 in a week. But it just means that since last week, we have some deals in the portfolio. Next, on that 1 month mark, we are down around $660, down 1.25%. Again, guys, this just means that since last month, some stocks have gone down and we might have better deals within the portfolio. So we're down about 1.3% on that 1 month mark. Then for the 3 month mark, we are actually in the green, about $1,900 with a 3.71% return. So over the mid to long term, we are actually up about 4%. Then year to date, we are up $2,100 with a 4.3% return. So again, guys, as you zoom out, the returns get better, because in the short term, anything can happen. But over the long term, what Buffett says is, in the short term, it's a voting machine, the market is. And in the long term, it's a weighing machine. So if you buy companies that compound, that grow their interest, that pay larger dividends, that buy back shares, that are going in an upward direction with their revenues, your portfolio should follow. So as you guys can see, long term, we're doing just fine. Then on that 1 year mark, we are up nearly $2,000 with a 4% return as well for that 1 year mark. And so guys, again, just like I said, short term, anything can happen, but over the long term, we're still in the green. Then all time, we were up $16,632 with a 47% return all time. But guys, you got to remember, I started this account in 2018. I did not start off with $35,000. I started off with nothing. So I started building this just like everybody else. I'm just an average person, right? Like, I made like $9 an hour when I started this account. I'm making 15 now. That's like, minimum wage, right? So I don't make a lot of money. So you might see some people on YouTube that have like $500,000, $200,000 portfolios or $100,000 portfolio, and you think, damn, I could never reach that. I could never get there. Guys, as an average Joe, I'm nobody special. I'm just some kid from Iowa that, stumbled on a Warren Buffett video, found a Peter Lynch book, and read some investing books and started going after it. So I'm no different than anybody watching this video. I had a lot of people ask, like, did I inherit money? Like, how did I get, to $51,000? And honestly, guys, I just put money in. I know it sounds dumb, but it's super simple. When I get paid, I put 10% of my check into my savings account, and then I live off of like 70 to 75, and then I used to put about 20% in the market every month. But since then, I've accumulated some debt because we went on a cruise, so I want to pay that off before I start putting more money into the market. But I just kept my expenses low and put as much cash as I could into the stock market. That's it. So there's no like secret formula. There's no like big reveal. It's just I put money in the market, consistently. At one point I was putting like $750 a month into the market simply because I kept my costs down as low as I could. And I remember thinking, like that's a lot of money, right? That's my rent. But it didn't really hit me until my mom and I went to the grocery store one weekend because we were going to Aldi grabbing, stuff for a cookout that weekend. And my mom went and put $700 worth of just stuff in the cart, and she's like, this is what you put into the stock market every month. And I was like, damn, that's a lot of stuff. So and my mom kind of talked to me, and my family talked to me about pulling back a little bit and just enjoying a little bit more of my money, because I was a bit of a crackhead about it, which I'm not mad about. But it did pay off, and I do want to get back into putting more money into the account once that debt's paid off. But guys, I've had a lot of questions about it. I didn't do anything special, right? I don't make a crap ton of money every year. I make like maybe $30,000 a year. So this technically is over a year of income for me invested, and I just kept putting money in. And the beautiful thing is now is that it grows whether I put money in it or not because of the dividends. So I really do like the strategy, and the only reason that I kept up with it was because I had a lot of people in my life telling me I was dumb, that I wasn't going to be making any cash flow. I wouldn't make anything every month. And since then, they've all come around. So don't let this short-term fluctuation, don't let only being able to put a few bucks or maybe $100 here or there a month, or maybe like $3,000 a year or something. It doesn't matter what you start with. It matters that you start and that you're consistent, because even a small boat can make a big wave if you give it enough time, right? So with that buying power, we're sitting at 105.43, and guys, this is all dividend money. I did not put a dollar in this month for that cash flow. It's all dividends. So that's the beautiful part about dividend growth investing, is it takes a while to start. And of course, as you saw with the Coca-Cola dividend this month, $7, right? Woo, it's not going to set the world on fire. It's not going to pay my rent. It's not going to pay my electricity bill. It's not going to fill up my gas tank. God knows it's not going to buy any groceries this month. But you start small and you build it up. So that position's very small. Same with Apple. But eventually, they'll pay me considerable dividends because I put more money into those companies. So don't let starting out and not making a lot of dividend income derail you from the potential that you have. Because 5 years ago, guys, I had no money. I had $0. I didn't have an account. And, now I have $51,000, which isn't a huge amount of money. But, I'm not Elon Musk rich. But, for the average person, that's a pretty good amount of money. So jumping into the holdings, we've got Realty Income. We are sitting at $54.14. 170 shares, $9,200 of market value. Average cost is $65.03. 17% of the portfolio is in Realty Income. Today we're up $85. Total we're down $1,800, down about 17%, with the dividend coming in on the 15th of $43.69. Guys, that gets paid to me every month. I love Realty Income. It is one of my favorite dividend paying stocks. And honestly, right now within the portfolio, it's the no-brainer investment. That's where I should be putting my cash. And I still might. I really do want a share of Visa. But I'd be lying if I said that I didn't want to buy, 5 or 6 shares of Realty Income. So we'll see when that dividend hits. Honestly, the smart thing to do is to just throw it back into Realty Income. Then we got Coca-Cola. I've got 15 shares, and this is where the dividend income could go as well if it stays down like this. Around $900 of market value. Average cost is $60.54. 1.7% of the portfolio is in Coca-Cola. Today we're up $2. Total we're down nearly $17 with a near 2% loss here on Coca-Cola. Look, I want this stock to keep going down. I want it to be below my average cost. That's why I said I'm kind of up in the air at this point as to where I want to put that dividend income. I really want a share of Visa, but both Altria and Realty Income are good deals right now. But I want Coca-Cola to be a top 5 foundational stock, and Coca-Cola is never going to get there if I don't put cash into it. So I have options, which is great, because I don't always have options when it comes to my dividends coming in, as to having a good opportunity to put that money to work. Next, we've got Altria at 42.06. We've got 320 shares. Market value is $13,460.80. Average cost is $47.27. About 26% of the portfolio is in Altria. Today we're up 33 bucks. Total we're down a little over 1,600 with an 11% loss on Altria. Dividend coming in on the 30th of $313.60. And again, guys, that is the biggest dividend. This is the biggest payer in the portfolio. I mean, with this dividend, I could buy like 2 PS5s a year, which is awesome, with putting no money in. So I want to add to this position, but I don't want to make it any bigger than it is. So I want this dividend to grow, but I would rather use it to buy something else of a higher quality. So as of right now, I want to buy Realty Income or Coca-Cola. Honestly, Coca-Cola being such a small position, that's where it should go, just simply because I want to build up that position. But when it comes to the overall best place to put the money, it's Realty Income. Then we've got Apple at $168.58. We've got 1 share. Market value is $168.58. Of course, it reflects the market price. Average cost is $132.66. 0.33% of the portfolio is in Apple. Today we are up 17 cents. Total we're up nearly 36 bucks with a 27% return on Apple. Now guys, this is the opposite of Coca-Cola. Right now it is up, and I want this stock to be down. I love Apple, and I appreciate that it's up. It's great for an overall return, but I want to buy more, so I want this to go down. Next, we've got AbbVie at $169.05, 95 shares, $16,000 worth of market value. Average cost is $95.19. About 31% of the portfolio is in AbbVie. Today, we're down 70 bucks. Total, we're up $7,000 with a 77% rate of return. Guys, this is by far my best investment. I plan on holding it long term, and I'm just going to let it keep growing. I'm going to let the dividends compound and use that, just like I do with Altria, to buy other companies at a good evaluation. Then we've got T. Rowe Price at $119. We have 100 shares, $11,900 worth of market value. Average cost is right around 110 bucks per share. 23% of the portfolio is in T. Rowe Price. Today we're up 150. Total we're up 932 with a near 9% return on T. Rowe. Guys, I think this has a lot more room to run. So just like AbbVie, I'm not going to cut my flowers and water my weeds. I'm going to water my flowers. If this goes below my average cost, I will buy more T. Rowe Price. But as of right now, I want to purchase more stocks that are down. And considering how high up this has risen, I don't want to touch it. I don't want my average cost to go up. But I would like to use the dividend to purchase more Coca-Cola, Realty Income, or Altria. So guys, the original plan was I would use the dividends from 1 month to buy the next month. So Altria pays me and I buy Apple. AbbVie pays me and I buy T. Rowe, and then T. Rowe pays me and I buy more Altria. Now that's switched up just a little bit because Apple is up, so Altria would actually be buying something else. So Altria could buy like Realty Income, or Altria could buy, if I wanted to buy Visa with it. That's why it's been a little difficult for me lately, because I haven't had a lot of good deals within the portfolio on that second set of months, because Apple and Altria, so excuse me, Apple and AbbVie are up so much. But now Altria is a buying opportunity. Realty Income helps every single month, so that makes the income go up. The only issue is it doesn't help the second month rise at a different pace. It just like boosts everything up, and I want the individual months to boost up, so I don't want to be putting a lot of money right now into Realty Income, simply because I want that second month and that third month to rise a little bit more. So Altria is not such a heavy dependent, like I'm not so dependent on Altria for that dividend income, and I don't want Altria to just be this, like, I love that it produces so much income, but I want the other months to kind of equal out, so I have more steady cash flow every month, so I could live off the dividends. Because as of right now, I mean, I'm not close to living off of dividends, and I understand that, but just based on the total amount of cash flow I get from Altria, I am way more dependent on that than I want to be. So that's why I want to buy more stocks like Apple and T. Rowe and Visa, so I can boost up that second and third set of months to be a little bit more even across the board when it comes to my dividend income. And then, of course, guys, we have got our watch list. So I want to own some Visa. It is down 52-week high is 290, so I have about a $20 upside on this. So I do want to own Visa. It's just I feel like right now is a good time to buy Visa, but it's a great time to buy Realty Income. So that's why I kind of keep going back and forth. And keep in mind that I almost said Pepsi because I'm drinking Pepsi. But keep in mind I want to boost that Coca-Cola position as well. So right now we do have deals, just not in the month that I would like for the payout to raise. But as of right now, the best deal is Realty Income. But I do want to get some Visa in the portfolio. So when that Altria dividend hits, I might just go ahead, nab up a share of Visa just to add it to the portfolio and cost on average like I planned to do with Apple, but it didn't work out because Apple shot up so much. So, like I said, I know I'm kind of back and forth just because it's a weird position for me, guys. Usually I don't have stocks that are down. So now that I have multiple, it gives me opportunities, and it's nice to have that switch overall. So I do want to own Visa, and that Altria dividend will make that possible. So I have options, guys, and I'm happy about it. Speaking of, Berkshire is now down $2 today at 413. Though it's still not even close to the 52-week low, closer to the high, so I wouldn't buy it here. If I could get it around $300, I would buy it. Maybe even like $350-ish if I wanted to cost on average, but I don't want to touch it at these prices, but I do want to own it. Honestly, Berkshire is pretty much my dividend portfolio, but way bigger and run by a way smarter investor in Warren Buffett. So I want Berkshire. I just want it at a lower price, and the same could be said for Meta. I want this to drop to like $300 a share before I touch it. So this is very much an Apple or an AbbVie situation. I love the companies. They're high quality. They do not pay dividends, but I do want that growth aspect in the portfolio because I'm not planning on trying for like 40 years, which is so depressing, but it's just the honest truth. So I want a little bit more growth exposure. And even if it doesn't boost my passive income every single month, it will grow my assets, and eventually I could sell out of Meta at a really big gain if I wanted to. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to hit the subscribe button on my channel, That Dividend Guy. Remember to hit the like button. It really does help the videos. And guys, thank you so much for checking out the updates. I love doing these videos. I love hearing the positive feedback, and it really does help keep me motivated to put more money in and stay posting, because sometimes it's hard to do that for some reason, mental days and stuff. So it does really help just having that extra push to stay positive and keep consistent. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on that video, because it does help out with the YouTube algorithm. And I will see you guys tomorrow with another Robinhood portfolio update. Take care, guys.